Second Cup, brought to you by the Nickel Plate. Sit, sip, savor, and shop. Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Second Cup. We've got a lot of snowy weather happening right now. We're keeping an eye on the roads for you. We've got Aaron here with us this morning. I'm just updating everyone because we've got a couple of travel advisories that have just been issued for different areas.
Okay.
So first, Dunkirk, they issued that a little bit ago. Non-essential travel strongly discouraged there. And then there's a travel advisory right now for the town and village of Orchard Park. The police there telling us they're getting a lot of calls, snowy roads, limited to no visibility in those areas.
Makes sense. I was looking at the cameras and you can hardly see a thing. I know Jordan, our producer, is it Aaron or Jordan?
It's Jordan.
Jordan, okay. I know the 90 at exit 57, 57A, and then you kind of make your way down all the way toward Ripley. You can hardly see a thing. So any of those cameras, if you pop those up, we'll show you the whiteout conditions south of Buffalo. That lake effect snow warning stays in effect through 1 p.m. on Friday for about 1 to 3 feet of snow in the band. Already Evans, Hamburg, Lake Erie Beach, close to a foot of snow with, of course, more on the way. I'm tracking that band right now. Earlier this morning, we had 2 bands of snow. Now they've kind of merged into an extremely strong lake effect snow band that's impacting areas to the south and east of Buffalo. Hamburg toward Attica, that's where the heaviest snow will be coming down right now. Marilla, you're on the northern edge of that band. Same thing with Batavia.
Okay, so we are keeping an eye. Linda says there's a driving ban right now in Brant. I have not seen that. Jordan, if you could take a look into that, or if you could have Shannon take a look and give a call.
There we go.
Maybe they can get that information for us. I'd appreciate that.
So that's exit 57A, the Eden Angola exit. And it looks like some trucks are getting through. Very, very hard to see. A lot of times when the cars are going through, you'll see they're driving with their flashers on. Yeah. So that's where we're at on the throughway, driving with your flashers on and kind of crawling along as you make your way on the 90 through Hamburg, Eden, all the way towards Silver Creek, Ripley, Dunkirk, Westfield. Yeah.
Okay, so Jacqueline says, right now it is a whiteout in Hamburg. Shonda, yes, we are on top of this one. There is a train stuck in the Eden, Angola area. We've sent our photographer that way. What it is right now, hold on, I want to find it because I have all this information right here. I believe I've got 1,000 things going on, a bunch of tabs open. DPW crews reported this morning there's a train blocking Eden Evans Center Road. So that's in the town of Eden. So, Yep, exactly. So there's a train blocking there. Here's another thing that's really important that just came across. Feed More Western New York. All their programs, including their home delivered meal services, so that's Meals on Wheels, closed today because of the weather. If you need immediate assistance, you can visit their pantry locator, and they have that information up on their website. They have partner soup pantries or partner pantries and soup kitchens, so you might be able to connect with someone there. But Meals on Wheels canceling deliveries for today.
Yeah, that's there's a number of cancellations and closings. That's the 90 at Hamburg right there. You can see the overpass and then some cars and trucks, I should say, moving very, very slowly. The cars that are out there, looks like that pickup truck driving with its flashers on. The snow is so light and fluffy right now as temperatures drop, winds increase. That snow is blowing around with no problems. So expect whiteout conditions at times, like you're seeing in Hamburg, Eden, and Angola. Brant, travel very, very difficult there. We head toward from Dunkirk through Lake Erie Beach, Hamburg, over toward Marilla, like I mentioned, Attica, just the south Batavia. Batavia are on the northern edge of this band, setting up kind of where we said the heaviest snows would be. Southwestern Genesee County, northwestern Wyoming County, central and southern Erie County. And that's what we're seeing right now. I want to take you closer, show you exactly where the heaviest snow is coming down. Evans, Eden, Orchard Park, Hamburg, West Falls, East Aurora. You folks getting snow rates 2 to 3, possibly even 4 inches per hour. You've already have about a foot of snow in this area. Expect another 1 to 2 feet before all is said and done. Here's the band right now. Again, this model handling this very, very well compared to all the other models. And as we head toward late this morning, early this afternoon, the band shifting southward just a bit, the heaviest snow centering more across southern Erie County and along the Chautauqua Ridge. And then later today, in time for the afternoon commute, we'll see the snow make its way back into downtown Buffalo over toward Batavia with the heavier snow back over Hamburg, Eden, Evans, Angola, Brant, Farnham, those areas. And then as we get into tonight, notice by midnight, the band still over southern Erie County and then shifting further southward during the early morning hours on Friday, kind of fading away as we get into Friday afternoon.
Okay, so I want to answer Amanda's question. I'm going to
Sure.
pull this one up for you. She said, I thought there was a ban on trucks on the 90. So there is only a ban for certain kinds of trucks. So that would be an empty tractor trailer ban that was issued and then a tandem tractor trailer ban. So you're not going to see those two together, or if they're empty, they're not supposed to be on the 9. It's like it's on the 90, it's on the 400, part of the 219. So it's just different areas that either empty tractor trailers or the tandem ones are not supposed to be on right now. Somebody was asking, what is Route 5 looking like, Aaron?
In south of Buffalo, it's going to be snow covered and slow. Route 5, I'll go back to the radar and notice the band really just settling in there along the Lake Erie shoreline. So Route 20, Route 5, the 90, all covered in snow.
Here,
Visibility close to zero south of Buffalo.
Yeah, let Patty help answer the question. Hamburg is brutal. Michelle says, can't see across the street in the village of Hamburg. So south of the city, really
makes sense. Hamburg, you're in that heart of that band, and we said you'd be the bullseye with this storm, getting about 2 to 3 feet of snow by the time all is said and done. Getting reports of already a foot of snow in Hamburg. Same thing with like Eden and Evans, Angola, Brant, Farnham. If you have pictures, send them to weather at WKBW.com.
Jordan's got the Route 5 camera that she said she's going to try to pull up for us. Yeah, Jordan, let's do that and take a look here. The camera at Route 5. How are things looking there? Because we had somebody's question asking about that. In the meantime, I'll answer you, Rachel. Are there any bans in North Buffalo? There are no driving bans right now, minus that tractor trailer one that we just talked about. There are travel advisories, and that's only in Dunkirk and Orchard Park.
So Dunkirk, Orchard Park have a travel advisory. Elsewhere, they have not issued anything. And here in downtown Buffalo, now that the plows have been out and a lot of pavement you'll be seeing. However, when those winds kick up, the snow does blow across the roads and they do become a little snow covered and slick. So you'll have spots where it's clear and spots where it's not. And it's going to be like that Buffalo, Clarence, northward, Tonawandas. Here's a view right now of along Route 5 coming into downtown Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get away from, say, the...
Right, so that's Route 5 near the city.
Yeah. Here by the stamping plant is going to be, Whiteout.
Yeah,
So,
but if you're headed further down, things are going to look a lot different. Hey, look who's with us. Tim Meehan, producer Tim.
Oh, hey, Tim.
Hi, Tim. How you doing? He wants to know how bad the conditions are going to be south of Buffalo after 5.
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty much like you see the band right there. It'll be a couple miles northward at around 5 p.m. So South Buffalo, you'll be getting that snow.
Torian, anyone know if the Skyway Route 5 is open? The Skyway's open right now.
Yeah.
Again, we were saying Route 5 as you're south of the city is going to be tricky to travel. As you're closer to the city right now, it's
there's
clear.
Route 5 right there coming into downtown Buffalo. It's fascinating. You can actually see the darker clouds where that band of snow is. It's super sharp cutoff. You're in the band, you get heavy snow. You're out of the band, and partly sunny skies. There is a sharp cutoff with this band right now, stretching really from Hamburg over toward Orchard Park and Marilla and Batavia. If you go to the radar, you can see exactly where that band of snow is. And on the northern edge of it, you have the heavy snow. You get right beyond that, and skies do clear out. So from Batavia to Attica to Marilla, Hamburg, Orchard Park, southward toward Concord and Howland and Warsaw, that's where that snow is. It's going to slowly drift south a little bit later this morning and then back northward this afternoon. South Buffalo, Lackawanna get hit this afternoon then. Yes, you will see more snow in South Buffalo and Lackawanna later this afternoon.
I wanted to pull in the picture of the Skyway right now. I just added it. Jordan and I just did it on my computer. So that is headed into downtown Buffalo, right? Route 5 at the...
Is that the 190?
Oh, it's headed out. Yeah, but that's the Skyway right now. So you can see people are getting on.
Yeah, and there's Key Bank Center and those dark, ominous clouds if you're driving southward into it.
You're coming into on the left, and then the right-hand side is you're headed out of the city. So that's the Skyway right now. Let me remove that.
Can you go? Oh, well, you had that.
Oh, what do you want?
Throw up the
tell me.
90 at Hamburg. Or...
You tell me what you want.
All right, well.
Let's see here. Let me get back to the cameras. You want to see the 90?
Are there any advisories right now?
You know what? I just checked it. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
So that means there's no
great.
reported accidents right now. We saw a few through this morning.
Yeah, but if you go to the 90 and scroll down.
Pull the 90 at Hamburg, Dunkirk, Silver Creek, Angola, Westfield, Ripley. Which one do you want?
Go to the...
Look at, here's Hamburg.
Go to the Hamburg one. That's the Hamburg one right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that changed quickly.
Oh, wait, no. Here's the Hamburg one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, wait, what? Yeah. If you were probably above it, so yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
There's the Hamburg one. Oh, look,
they're moving the
panning.
camera.
Oh,
Hey,
they're
look
moving.
at
We don't
that.
get this
Oh,
often.
Is that a tractor?
That's a tractor trailer that's going
crawling
under
along
a bridge,
under the
crawling along. Okay,
overpass
so
there.
that's the 90.
At 57.
Okay, let me see.
Wow. I mean, that person's moving very, very slowly.
So Patty's asking, is there a travel ban in Hamburg? There should be. There is not. There are no actual travel bans, minus the ones we talked about for the empty tractor trailers and the tandem tractor trailers. There are travel advisories in Dunkirk and Orchard Park right now. I'm sorry, because we're just getting
we're all getting this
more
stuff.
and more information in here. Let's see here. Let's answer Diana's question about Lancaster.
You'll be getting more snow today. Oh, hi, Diana. Especially later this afternoon. So late this morning, you're fine. And let us know what's like in Lancaster right now. So you should be just south of the band, but later on today around dinner time, that band will be moving through your area.
Kenneth wants to know about the North Towns.
Not much in the North Towns. You had your snow overnight. Niagara and Orleans counties, you're not going to have much at all, Kenneth. And then say like Amherst, maybe later today, you're on the northern edge of that band. Could hit during the afternoon commute. But in the North Towns, you had some snow this morning, very early this morning. We had 2 lake effect snow bands, one north and south of Buffalo, and now that band has become one, and it's really impacting areas south. Okay. So we're looking right now.
Really quick, we got another travel, no unnecessary driving ban. Okay, so here's no unnecessary driving, okay? This is going to be in the town of Aurora and the village of East Aurora. So here's an update from their highway department. Every road has been broken open, so I think that means they've gone over them with the plows, right? Okay. Coming up, I think, on 18 inches so far. The police chief there just called them, issuing a no unnecessary driving ban for the entire town of Aurora, including the village of East Aurora. Please stay home if you can and stay safe. They'll keep fighting this snow, trying to keep the roads open and passable for first responders and emergency personnel. So that's just into our newsroom from the town of Aurora Highway Department.
And again, you can see the band, and we talked about it. Hamburg, Aurora, East Aurora, Orchard Park, Eden, Evans, Farnham, Boston. You're in the moderate snow. You'll get some heavier snow shortly as the band will start to shift a little bit further southward before it moves back northward later this afternoon. So this is the heart of the band, and this is where the snow is really going to pile up. East Aurora, they said already close to 18 inches, here in close to 12 in Hamburg, Eden, Evans already. So the snow is going to continue to pile up. You combine that with winds of 40 to 45 miles per hour, and that's why they are starting to trickle in with the travel advisories. And is it travel?
Well, this is a no unnecessary driving ban, but that's just for the town of Aurora and the village of East Aurora.
Yeah, so it's worded as in don't go out if you don't have to.
Right, and then travel advisories also kind of worded the same way.
Yeah, and they're starting to increase. It kind of like almost when schools close, one does, and then the others do. One town issued an advisory, this band is going to be with us and we can't see anything, and it's going to be like this for the next several hours. Yeah. Now we'll issue that advisory as well.
Rebecca wants to know about South Buffalo later this afternoon.
You'll see a few more inches of snow later today. So South Buffalo, expect a few more inches as that band shifts back northward later this afternoon. You're kind of on that fringe. We heard about 4 to 6 inches of snow in South Buffalo from earlier today. Yeah. Here in downtown, about 3 inches, and then North Buffalo about 1 to 3. Awful in Orchard Park around Chestnut Road area. Thanks, Karen, for that. Katie, for that update. As the radar showing that too, with that darker shade of bluish purple on your screen from Orchard Park to Hamburg. Orchard Park on that northern edge of the band in the heavier snow, 20, 28, 219, Route 62, the Thruway, Route 5, south of the stamping plant there in Hamburg. So that's where that snow is coming down, and it's going to stay like this for the next several hours, shifting a little further south, then back northward. So there will be some oscillation, but if you're in the heart of the band, central southern Erie County, that's what you can expect for the rest of today.
That's a stadium live shot. That's
perfect.
Orchard Park.
Okay, so that's a fantastic view of what's going on in Orchard Park right now, with that snow really piling up around the stadium. No worries, though, for the Bills. They've got home game. Well, not this week. They're in Detroit. So.
I am just working to see if we can get Bill Geary from Erie County DPW to
Okay.
join us to see if he can hop onto this live stream. He was going to try to join us at some point. I have not seen him hop on
I feel
yet.
like with so much going on, he
There's a
might be
lot
a little
going on.
busy. Yeah.
Let me see too if Sean is available too.
Okay.
Sean from.
You do that, and I'm going to keep talking some weather.
Yeah, talk a little bit of weather here.
Throw up any questions too if you have any
Okay.
on there. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry. And can you order some food because I'm getting kind of hungry.
Running out of hands. No, yeah, absolutely.
So there's that band. It's a very intense band of snow stretching from Dunkirk toward Lake Erie Beach, up Brant, Evans, Hamburg, all the way over toward Marilla, Batavia. Looking at the cameras, if you're traveling from, say, Tonawanda to Rochester along the thruway, and you're like, oh, there's really no problem. Once you get over toward Batavia and east of Batavia, you will run into some snow, a fair amount of snow coming down east of Batavia along the thruway. Attica along Route 20, you're not going to be able to see much. Holland along Route 16, visibility close to zero. Same thing with the 219, places like Boston, just very, very difficult this morning. Route 20A, and of course the thruway. Is Grand Island going to get anything today? You had snow very early this morning and overnight, especially in South Grand Island. Later this afternoon, South Grand Island could be clipped with some snow. I think the northern part of the island should be okay.
I'm trying to keep up with some of the comments.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. Kim in Angola, Evans, Lake Erie Beach getting plummeted. So yeah, you are getting hit hard right there. You're in that bullseye. Those three locations you've named over toward Hamburg and Eden, you will be in the 2 to 3 foot range of snow combined with 40+ mile/hour winds, whiteout conditions. That's why they canceled the schools today. And that's why, there's so many cancellations across the area, even though, say, the north towns like Williamsville district closed as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers come from Hamburg, Orchard Park, and Batavia, and they would not be able to get into school or get home later today.
Okay, so Jordan, I'm going to have you pull up a couple of those traffic cams for us. I have also sent a link to Sean Jordan. He's going to try to join us, but he's got some stuff going on. We are going to stay with you until 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You're going to handle the cut-in, okay?
Just weather?
Just weather, yeah. I think it'll be
Okay.
good.
I think I can
all right,
that.
so let's keep answering some of your questions, and let's also run down again what we know.
Why don't you get
right
us
now.
update on those?
Okay, so travel advisories exist right now in the town and the village of Orchard Park. They say they've been getting a lot of calls. They've got snowy roads, limited to no visibility, which is a lot of what we've been seeing throughout the morning. Dunkirk, no non-essential travel. There's a travel advisory as well there. And then the town of Aurora, which includes the village of East Aurora, no unnecessary driving ban. And that was the latest to come into our newsroom. It was a no unnecessary driving ban. They're trying to hit all the roads, asking everybody, though, stay home if you can. They keep fighting the snow, and they're trying to keep the roads open and passable for emergency responders. Also want to let you know that courts are shifting to emergency operations as well. So there's a shift to emergency operations for courts in Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Erie, and Wyoming counties. And so that physical access to those court facilities is kind of being closed down this morning, minus criminal court arraignments and emergency criminal matters. So if you've got court related, anything you have to do, just know that. City of Buffalo has closed City Hall too. So if you got to pay some bills or things like that, they said, please do all of that online. Okay.
That's the 90 at Dunkirk right there. Light snow coming down. You can see some pavement. The thruway crews have been out all night plowing and salting. So that stretch of the thruway, you're still moving over some snow-covered spots, but expect the snow to intensify later this morning in that area. Weather Service just updated their snow totals. Orchard Park with 19 inches of snow in one spot of Orchard Park, Southwest Orchard Park. Another 14-inch report. Hamburg, 13 inches. Elma, a foot. East Aurora, 11.5. Eden, close to a foot. And then other parts of Hamburg, 6.5 inches. That was earlier this morning. Williamsville, about 2. Same thing with the airport. Springville, about 3.5. Alexander and Genesee County, 11.5 inches. And Warsaw, Wyoming County, 10.5 inches of snow. So like we mentioned, there would be a wide range of snow totals. Dunkirk up to 6 inches of snow. The areas hardest hit so far, Orchard Park, Hamburg, Elma, East Aurora, Eden, Lake Erie Beach. Those areas will continue to see the snow pile up. and Lancaster already over 5 inches of snow.
Okay, got some new information. This
Okay.
is just coming in. This is from Mark Polencar's Twitter. Okay. Due to poor visibility and treacherous driving conditions, I've been advised the towns of Brant and Evans are declaring states of emergency and issuing driving bans.
Okay, so which
So
two?
you've got driving bans now in the towns of Brant and the town of Evans, also the town of Aurora and the village of East Aurora.
Okay, see, we talked about it earlier, very similar to when a school gets closed, and then now with the seriousness of this system, especially south of Buffalo, you're starting to see the travel bans come in. So heads up in Brant and Evans, you said.
Yep.
And I just read you those snow totals. We have our friend from Brant. She can give us a snow total.
Well,
Linda, right?
She was the one who actually mentioned, yes, that there was going to be a driving ban, and we were looking into it, and there you go.
Look at her. What else is going to happen later today?
I know, there's always something going on.
And then, so place like Orchard Park in Hamburg, Brant, these areas already picked up more than a foot of snow with more of another 12 to 24 inches in those areas. I'm looking at the radar right now. Oh, you got some more info?
We've got somebody joining us.
Oh, okay.
From Hamburg. We've got Sean with
wonderful.
us again.
Sean
so
from
let's
Hamburg.
bring in Sean because I do think that he's so helpful when it comes to
is.
stuff like this. Hi, Sean. Good morning to you, emergency manager in Hamburg. How have things changed since we last talked to you only a little while ago on the show earlier?
Well, it's no longer a beach day. Conditions have been, as expected, deteriorating, especially along the Route 5 corridor and anywhere there's open fields where that wind is allowed to really take a run at the snow. So, we've been communicating about the travel advisory, and we've started, conversations about a travel ban, and we're going to discuss that a little bit further with our elected officials in the village of Hamburg, village of Blaisdell. Our neighbor in Orchard Park, I've been communicating with Chief Fitzgerald from the town of Orchard Park Police, and I'm just getting word now that the 219 is closing. I don't know exactly what stretch, but I know that they're closing it from Orchard Park south. So it could be up, at the 90. I just haven't gotten all the information, but conditions are deteriorating, and the wind-driven snow is definitely hampering our plow abilities to plow snow. Keep up.
Advisory in Hamburg now?
Pardon me?
Do you have a travel advisory in Hamburg now?
Not yet, but I would expect it, very shortly. Like I said, we've been communicating about it, and we've been communicating with the emergency manager for the county as well, the emergency services commissioner. So I know that their county executive we've had conversations, up and down those lines. So we're communicating about that, and just trying to work together on, making the plan for, again, not just us, but also our neighbors, and to make sure that we don't create a problem for them by doing what we need to do. So.
Yeah. So, and Sean, we'll talk about as this travel advisory or travel ban moves forward, we'll see what happens there. But what do you want drivers to know right now before we officially even have anything in place? What do you see in there?
Well, it's one of those days where if you don't have to go out on the road, don't. We've been communicating all along that, if you have to work, just give yourself some extra time to get there, because you're going to go through areas where you look out your window now and it may be bright and sunny out. And 3 miles down the road, it can be an absolute whiteout. 300 feet down the road, it can be an absolute whiteout. So, I've driven around through the town, and there's areas where it's, a beautiful, nice little, nostalgic snowfall, and roads are in good condition. And then along the Route 5 corridor where you're getting the gale force winds off the lake, visibility is, be about 50 feet in front of you. So just, again, if you don't have to go out, don't, until we get, our decision on the driving ban in place. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've been seeing people throughout the morning who've been chiming in from Hamburg telling us just how much snow they're getting. And you're hearing Sean saying it's not just the snow, as you've been saying, it's the blowing too.
Yeah, and you touched on that with the areas that are open and the wind just whipping through there. So, that's going to easily pick up that snow and cause those whiteouts. Are you seeing a lot of accidents in Hamburg, Sean?
We really haven't. We, had some disabled vehicles here and there, but along that area, like the Route 5 area, we've gotten some vehicles that probably aren't snowworthy out there. Some of them, it's just a matter of you just hit a drift of snow that wasn't in place maybe 15 minutes ago, but just a sustained wind blowing through there has created a drift. So, it's one of those things where, you're making a decision that impacts not just, a certain area like Route 5, but the whole town, and then subsequently the neighboring communities. So but there's just a lot of communicating that's going on, which has been happening for the last 2 days. And it's one of those things where once the decision's made, then we have to just circle back to everything. But I anticipate, like I said, decisions being fortified in the next few minutes. So.
Okay, Sean, we've got a couple of minutes until our cut-in. I'm going to ask you one more question here. Just if you could reiterate to people what the plan is for the 219.
So I just got notified that it's closing through from Orchard Park south, but I'm not certain if it's extends all the way up to the 90. So I can check on that and text you back if. But NITEC is probably the good resource to find for that. But I know that the emergency services did just get notified that the 219 is looking to, the state's looking to close the 219 right now.
All right, fantastic. Sean, yeah, how about the 90? Any plans over there that you've heard of yet?
Not that I've heard of,
Okay.
but we have seen a lot of traffic exiting the 90 at exit 57. So
Okay.
almost
Right.
thinking that there's either motorists are deciding, hey, it's not worth it, or they're just going to take a break, or they're in fact closing it, but we haven't been notified.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Sean, going to let you go because we're going to run and do a cut-in. Appreciate you as always. Text us any info.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
Thanks
Stay
so much.
safe.
You too.
Bye.
So you guys, we are going to stay with you until 9 o'clock. In 1 minute, Aaron is going to do a cut-in. So you're going to get, you're going to get his full weather forecast. Jordan, if you can do what we've got to do behind the scenes here and make sure that we're going to be hearing Aaron's microphone and also hopefully seeing his weather graphics, if that's a possibility. Excuse me, that would be fantastic. Okay, so you just heard, perfect, from Sean. The 219 is going to be closing from Orchard Park South. Still waiting for the details on that. A lot of traffic exiting the 90 at exit 57. Those conditions really deteriorating. Again, Sean's in the Hamburg area. He does emergency management there. And they're talking right now about a travel advisory and ban. In the 30 seconds before Aaron does his forecast, I'm just going to run down for you what we know so far. So we've got a travel advisory in Orchard Park, the town and the village, Dunkirk as well. Driving bans right now in the town of Aurora, which includes East Aurora, town of Brant, and town of Evans.
10 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds. We're going to listen to Aaron's forecast.
And I just watched a tractor trailer jackknife, so I'll show it to you in 1 second.
Okay. Oh, I see it right there. Thanks, Aaron.
Yep. Okay, this literally just happened about 20 seconds ago. Just watched this tractor trailer jackknife at exit 57A, and now it looks like the driver has gotten out. And it's on the 90. Can't tell if it's going eastbound or westbound because it literally just happened about 30 seconds ago. So heads up, we're starting to see situations like this unfold across the area as we have this tractor trailer that literally just kind of jackknifed on the road, and we're watching it unfold right now. Let's head to the radar, and we have the lake effect snow band, which is bringing snow rates about 2 to 3, almost 4 inches per hour from Lake Erie Beach to Hamburg over toward Eden and Evans. This area already picking up more than a foot of snow, 19 inches of snow in Orchard Park with another foot or two on the way. There's the band right now, slowly shifting southward later this morning into early this afternoon, then back northward for the afternoon commute. Going to hang out here late this afternoon into this evening and then shift southward after midnight, settling over ski country as we head into Friday. Right now, 22 degrees in Buffalo, 16 in Jamestown. Winds gusting 30 to almost 40 miles per hour. Wind chill values below 0 in Jamestown. It feels like 7 in Buffalo. We'll have snow and blowing snow with strong winds. Lake effect snow picking up another 6 to 14 inches plus in the band. Outside of the band, partly sunny skies. Tonight, overnight lows in the teens. That band will start to shift further southward after midnight, 4 to 12 additional inches in the band tonight. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies with lake effect snow south of Buffalo. Low 30s on Saturday with sunshine. Near 40 on Sunday with some showers late in the day. We hold in the 40s for Monday and Tuesday. We're going to continue to track this situation. You can join us on Facebook, on WKBW, the Facebook page, as we'll continue our extended coverage there.
Thanks, Aaron. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. I think you can. All right, so Jordan, producer Jordan, let's pull up that camera that Aaron just showed people, and I tried to pull it up while he was doing it too. There is a jackknife tractor trailer there. You really can't see it anymore. Barely.
Wow.
Look at those whiteout conditions there.
So that was at 8:25, you were looking at that, and it was moving. And this is scary because there's a whiteouts. If you look closely, you can kind of see the
It's
shadow
right in the middle of the screen.
So I watched it unfold,
Yeah.
and I think he's facing the wrong way too, because the other drivers were kind of going by him, and then he got out. He had an orange vest on, so you could see him. But that is a scary situation right there.
Yeah.
So that, unfortunately, we don't know if it's eastbound or westbound. It's not even on NITEC right now.
Right.
Oh,
well, this is Jordan's got the information. It's on Route 90. We know it's on the 90. We know it's 57A.
57A is Eden, Angola. And now look at that. Those winds are kicking up, and you can't see anything. And unfortunately, that's where the band is going to be for quite some time. Now, this one probably is the...
Yeah, and it's still not
That looked like
listed
the
in the
Dunkirk.
advisories.
No.
As soon as we get it. You know what, Jordan? Let's stay on that camera because I do think that it really shows what's happening right now.
Yeah, stay on that because they are moving it so you can see what's going on at 57A, Eden, Angola. It does take a little bit of time for, now NITEC is moving the camera so they see what's going on. But
so now we see that this is actually what's leading up to it also. You can see all the traffic right there slowing down.
So unfortunately, folks, you want to get us updated on the travel bans?
So because we got a lot of questions here. So again, there's a Jackknifed tractor trailer. We're keeping an eye on that right now. That's on the 90 at exit 57A, the Eden Angola exit. Monica asking, why isn't there a driving ban? Why isn't the thruway closed down? So again, we've been following this snow ban throughout the morning, and it's been moving. So things could change. But initially, they only had in place, it was a driving ban for empty and tandem tractor trailers on the 90 and a number of other highways. We'll let you know if that changes because it certainly could be changing. Kathy, isn't the thruway closed? No, it's not. It was only for those specific kinds of tractor trailers. But there are some driving bans that you need to know about right now. So we have driving bans in the town of Aurora, which includes the village of East Aurora. So they're saying no unnecessary driving there. The town of Brant, also the town of Evans. There's a travel advisory right now in the town and the village of Orchard Park, a travel advisory in the city of Dunkirk, where they're saying non-essential travel is strongly discouraged. We just spoke with the Hamburg emergency manager, Sean Crotty, and he was saying, listen, they're having these same conversations in Hamburg, so I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something shortly.
Unfortunately, that traffic's now not moving. So that's exit 57A. That looks like it's westbound.
Okay.
From just my experience on the cameras right here.
Okay, so that's where that Jackknife tractor trailer is. Now, Sean was also telling us he expects the 219 to close south of Orchard Park. He wasn't sure how far it was going to go and how much that would extend, but he's going to text us and let us know as soon as he hears. And he said they were also talking about a travel advisory and a travel ban, and that would be in Hamburg. Okay, so I am keeping an eye on all of this as it comes in this morning.
And we're throwing a lot at our producer, Jordan. So that is 57A.
Oh, the 219 just came in. The town of Orchard Park Police Department, be advised, the 219 is now closed in both directions to all traffic.
Okay, wow. Now there's one truck trying to get by, but you're going to encounter a Jackknife tractor trailer. And if you went to exit 57, you can see that's also slowing down as well as they're trying to tend to that. It's hard to see because of the whiteout conditions, but that is 57A. Looks like you're going westbound right there, which is kind of crawling along because we did watch about 5 minutes ago this large truck just kind of spin out, and hopefully they're able to move it. But right now, all of a sudden, you're starting to see the volume build as things are slowing down right there. NITEC still doesn't even have it in their advisories because it really literally just unfolded as I was getting ready for the last weather cut-in. So we're going to continue to track that. Kathy saying Hamburg is dangerous right now. Yeah, you've had more than a foot of snow in Hamburg, more than a foot and a half of snow in Orchard Park. Hamburg, OP, Eden, Evans, Angola, Brant, Farnham, toward East Aurora and Aurora. Don't travel if you don't have to. It's becoming a more serious situation, especially with the winds. Combine that with the wind chill. If you were to be stuck and you had to get out, we're talking wind chills in the single digits below zero down across the southern tier. It looks like that's not us adjusting the camera. That is NITEC doing that. So they are trying to see exactly what's going on, but hard to see because visibilities are so reduced. And a number of traffic issues coming in right now.
Okay, so Jen was saying, I'm sorry, but if a commercial plow tips on its side, that's a no driving. Yes, we did have a plow earlier tip. From what we've heard, everybody is okay. Henry saying, yeah, the 219 is shut down right now. We just got that in from the town of Orchard Park. There you go. That's a look at
57. So that's Hamburg right there.
and so that's the 90.
Yep.
When's the last time you've seen the 90? You know what I mean? We saw this last week, but this is not how the 90 typically looks when it comes to traffic at a standstill.
Now, well, yeah, because we saw at 57A, there's that, literally we watched it occur. So now they're probably tending to it, or you can't get by it. And it is just very slow right there. Well, I shouldn't say slow. It's becoming a parking lot. That's where it gets, if you have to travel, and look, there's a plow going over the overpass right now.
Well, and so they've been trying to really keep up with this kind of stuff too, because like Sean was just saying, you know,
he said it's almost impossible.
Yeah, he's like
2 to 3 inches. I'm sorry to cut you
that's
off
okay, especially probably this area. Remember, he was saying the areas where it blows so badly.
Yeah, it comes off the lake.
We know what it's like here.
Yeah, you got the open areas, 40 to 45 mile per hour winds. Snow rates 2 to 4 inches per hour. You can't see a thing. Traffic is now at a standstill because of a tractor trailer that it might be facing the wrong way. We could only see it briefly. We got like a little break in the action. Yeah. We were able to see it. It's at 57A. This is 57 right now going westbound. So it's important to have an emergency kit in your car. You hope it doesn't happen to you, but in this situation, it's happening to these folks right now where they are stuck. And if they don't get that tractor trailer out soon, this snow is not letting up in that exit 57, 57A area anytime soon.
So the 219 again closed from the 90 to Peters Road, which is near Springville, and the Cattaraugus County line. Peters Road. And again, we have those travel bans right now in the town of the village, a town of Aurora, village of East Aurora, town of Brant, town of Evans, travel advisory in Orchard Park, Dunkirk. They're talking about one in Hamburg. They're going to let us know as soon as they decide on travel advisory ban. This is a picture of that plow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't see that often. Where is that?
So that happened a little while early. This was probably earlier during the show it happened. And this picture is actually from Erie County Executive Mark Polencars. He was the one who shared it. It was a truck that drove off the road on Route 20 at Lakeview in the Evans, Hamburg area. The driver was okay, did not have any injuries, but that just gives you an idea of what people were dealing with. This was earlier this morning. This was back, I want to say it happened, probably we were still in the show. So I want to say around in the 6 o'clock hour it happened.
Okay. We just both got a text from our buddy Autumn Lewandowski, whose husband just took the 219, said that it was like an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Cars and tractors everywhere, people walking along the exits. Thankfully, he knew where to go because of the road strips that make your car shake. Thankfully, her husband got home safely.
Absolutely. And let's talk about the safest thing to do when you're in a situation like that. I think you're supposed to stay in your car.
I was going to say.
You don't want to get out of the car at that point.
When you can't see anything, you can become very easily disoriented. So that is a huge issue. That's how most people do die in situations like this. And they get out of their car and you can't see anything. And with those whiteouts, you become disoriented and you end up suffering, because it gets so cold from the hypothermia. So if you can stay in your car where it's nice and safe and warm, that is the best bet. If you can see, I mean, if you're say you're in Delaware, I'm taking an example, and you can see a house or a restaurant that has the lights on and they can let you in, sure. But in a situation like that, getting out of the 219 and walking on the exit is it's a dangerous, very dangerous, because people are still driving and they can't see you. Unless maybe you have your phone flashlight on.
Yeah.
But in that area along the 219, which you said is just closed.
It's closed now,
But what do we have? Angola, bad side streets, car stuck.
Yeah. So I want to bring in some of the voices of some of our viewers here. Okay. So Jennifer says she's in Angola. Every side street, car stuck, drove halfway to Derby, had to turn back around. Okay. So that was Jennifer going through Angola on her way to Derby. Someone else was saying South Buffalo. There we go. It's right up here. Natalie says it's snowing hard again in South Buffalo.
Okay, so
and a lot of people were asking earlier about the schools closing and making those decisions, especially because we see such a sharp contrast between North and South Buffalo.
Well, we said yesterday that area south of Buffalo, we were talking about since Monday. Have a plan on Thursday for the kids to be home because that snow would be coming down, would be another major event. And we're seeing that right now. This is, again, that looks like,
You know what's funny is Natalie's saying it's snowing hard again in South Buffalo where she is, and then Elizabeth is saying it's not snowing in South Buffalo where she is.
when's it coming back?
So you might be seeing two different things depending on
In
where
one
you are.
location. I mean, that is the beauty and frustration of lake effect snow as the bands do shift. I'm watching, there is some snow out over Lake Erie heading towards South Buffalo. So you will have a little more snowfall. The band is going to move around a little bit this morning, north and south, and then push a little bit further south later this morning before it heads back north. But places like Lake Erie Beach, Hamburg, Eden, you're going to be in that band all morning, all afternoon, and all evening. So is this Dunkirk or is this 57?
She's probably putting in, my guess is that she's going to put in the little
on the bottom.
Yeah, Jordan, if you could just give us a location on that, that'd be amazing. John reminding us of something important.
Thank you, John.
Your exhaust is clear.
When we were talking about that, that was one of the things that I wanted to say, and then other things happened in my earpiece. So certainly appreciate that, John. That's super important. If you are stuck and you do start your car, get out and make sure that exhaust pipe is clear, or carbon monoxide get back into your car.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to check back.
Oh, so that's Eden, Angola. Okay, that's good. So it is moving again. That is good news.
Yeah, I wanted to just get back to take a look at that actual.
I'm going to step away and do the radio.
Okie dokie. Have fun. So you know what, Jordan, maybe I wanted to, you had the Eden, Angola. That was the Jackknifed tractor trailer. I'm trying to see if I can see. If you can go, Jordan, to the camera right above. Let's go to the 90 between Ridge Road and 179, because that's another good one. That really shows what it's looking like on the 90 there and what that whiteout looks like. And you can see traffic is still moving there, but not easily. So we're keeping our eye on that. Let's see here. Kelly, why is Hamburg so slow on a driving ban? You know, Kelly, last I heard they were talking about it. I haven't gotten a text from Sean yet, so I'm not sure where that stands right now. Let me check and see if anybody's updating me here. We still do know those driving bans are in place for a ton of Aurora, Village of East Aurora, ton of Brant, ton of Evans. And sorry to be repeating myself if you're sticking with us throughout all of this coverage. I see we've got more than 700 people with us right now. We appreciate you being with us. I just want to make sure if anybody's joining in the past few minutes that they know what's going on. So those driving bans are issued for those areas, town of Aurora, including the Village of East Aurora, Brant and Evans, and then advisory still in Orchard Park and Dunkirk. The 219, though, closed from the 90 all the way to Peters Road. And we did speak with someone from Hamburg who said they were evaluating travel there right now. We might be seeing an advisory or a ban coming in there shortly. Trying to keep an eye on my email, too, because I know information comes in there as well. And then in the meantime, oh, okay, sorry, we just went off. I just want to make sure Aaron's going on TV appropriately, and I think he is. Okay, Patty, thank you. Don't apologize. You're keeping us updated. Great. Okay, I just don't want to be repeating myself, but I want you guys to get all of the latest information here. Okay, it looks like they're moving this camera again. Jordan, would you put that location back up for me? Because I kind of lost sight of where we were. The 90 at Ridge Road. Thanks. That's one I'd asked for before. So you can see how traffic is moving there. Again, that's pretty much a whiteout condition. So you got to be really careful there. Let's see what you guys are saying. And let us know what you're seeing outside your door. Also, I just want to add, if you see any great snow video, anything you think that we should see, you can send that to us. Go to weather@wkbw.com as an email address, and you can just email that to us. You can send it to me on social media. I'll send it along to the station, but weather@wkbw.com goes to all the weather guys and the producers, so they're able to pull some of that in for us. All right, let's see here. Julie says, Derby and Evans getting hit really hard. Tom is saying they have nothing in arcade right now. Tracy says they'd like to see driving bans. She'd like to see driving bans put in place a little bit sooner. Shonda, this is a good idea. Wearing her husband's high visibility jacket, recommends dressing brightly if you go out to clear your driveway because you really can't see anything depending on where you are. Absolutely. Caitlin says 90th Ridge is right where she works. Not looking good to get to work. Yeah, Anita's saying maybe what I think is a good advice, stay home if you can. Jackie's saying stay home, let the plows do their job. Linda, our reporter from Brant, says the snow and the wind is picked up again in Brant. And again, the town of Brant, we know there is a driving ban there right now. So we're going to keep our eyes on that too. Tone says they've got inches in South Buffalo. Jackie says a little pause in the winds, but it's still coming down hard in North Boston. Caitlin says South Buffalo, South Park, Hopkins, not snowing right now, but the winds are pretty bad. Yeah, so Jordan, let's pull up the radar just to take a look at where exactly that band is. She's going to get that into place here. Okay, so you can see, like Caitlin was saying, in South Buffalo area, like the band maybe like a little bit hitting up there, but Aaron was saying he was keeping his eye on it because it looked like part of it was going to be coming back that way. I mean, look at Hamburg right now. Like, I'm no meteorologist, but you can see that it is right in the middle of that bullseye there, even all the way up toward Attica. And look, can you see that little cloud? I think that's that thunder snow that Aaron was talking about. Did you hear thunder snow before? Because we had a lot of people saying they got reports of thunder snow, or they were reporting they heard it overnight, thunder snow, and somebody even was saying they saw some of that thunder lightning. All right, Patty says still snowing, but it's brighter skies in Hamburg right now. Jason says it's clear in Springville, which, Jason, is funny because weren't you in like the 1 to 2 feet area? So I have a feeling that might be coming back down at some point for you. Jake saying in Angola, they've already got almost 2 feet of snow. Danielle saying in Blaisdell, cannot see the houses all the way across the street. Saeed saying Route 5 from Ridge Road all the way downtown was all right. Yeah, so it depended on where you were when it came to Route 5. Like we were looking at, part of the areas you headed south was, right in the middle of that band, very dangerous. But then north, we were looking at the Skyway before, and it's clear skies. This is just that typical lake effect snowband. All right. Excuse me, everybody. Just got a text from Sean a couple minutes ago that I just am seeing now. Travel advisory in Hamburg. That's from 8:41 a.m. Here we are at 8:45. So there is a travel advisory. Let me add them to my list. So Hamburg, travel advisory. Orchard Park, travel advisory. Dunkirk, travel advisory. No non-essential travel there. Driving bans, Aurora and the village of East Aurora, town of Brant, town of Evans, 219, closed from the 90 to Peters Road, and we're keeping an eye on all of the other highways as well. Here's your look at the 90 at Blaisdell, and someone was just telling us in Blaisdell it's really coming down.
Yeah, it really picked up in intensity there in Blaisdell. It looks like the tractor trailer got out of that jam, so that was some great news. Traffic still crawling along on the thruway. And there's a view of the 90 at Blaisdell, as you can't see. Whiteout, near whiteout conditions right there. If you are driving, you're using your flashers, as you can hardly see a thing. I was able to kind of update the radar so we can really pinpoint where that band is. Notice the band now starting to inch a little bit further northward. So still the heart of the band, Hamburg, but now pushing into Blaisdell, a little bit further to the north. Heavy snow in Orchard Park over toward Aurora and East Aurora, where travel bans are in place right there. But now we head further northward. South Buffalo getting a little snow. West Seneca, you're right on the northern edge as well, over toward Lancaster and Elma. As you are on the northern edge of that band, it could inch another mile or two northward, but we're going to watch it shift further southward later this morning. But fascinating to see as just a little bit of a wind shift pushing the band a couple miles northward now. And Blaisdell, West Seneca in the heart of that band. The northern edge of the band toward Corfu right now, right along the 33 there as you make your way from Buffalo to Batavia. Look at that. Heavy snow, Alden toward Darien, Alexander, already 10 plus inches of snow in those areas, Attica and Bennington. And then Java, you're right on the southern edge of the band as it is shift northward. Same thing with Holland. Travel along 16 will be very, very difficult today. It's a north-south road that'll really, any openings on that road where there are no trees, it's going to be tough. And then Dunkirk toward Ripley, Hanover into Collins, there's that snow. That band is going to be in this area a little bit longer, shifting southward around lunchtime, back northward around dinner time, hanging out back in the area it's at right now, even pushing up into Buffalo, Clarence, and Batavia late this afternoon through this evening. And then after midnight, notice the band shifts further southward.
It's funny because Jason, he's in Springville, and he was telling us, it's not snowing right now in Springville. And I said, I think you just wait. Because weren't they in like the couple of feet of snow area?
By that's the Hamburg exit right there. And look at that tractor trailers just on the road, but crawling along. A lot of people that we do see driving are also driving with their hazards. Visibilities, close to zero at times, especially if someone were to pass you. That's when their snow comes off the car and hits you pretty hard. So they have the snow coming down right now in Hamburg, Blaisdell, West Seneca. Visibilities have greatly decreased. And you'll see a quick couple of inches of snow as that band hangs out over your area there.
So as you say that, let's pull this up because this is what their emergency services just tweeted.
Okay.
And we mentioned this before because Sean texted and said there's a travel advisory.
Yep.
But so there's a travel advisory in the town of Hamburg, the village of Hamburg, and the village of Blaisdell. Travel is especially difficult along Route 5 in Lakeview and anywhere there are open fields, which is what Sean was saying when he joined us live. If you do not have to travel, please stay home. So there you go. That's from Hamburg. Again, they're into our travel advisory list again. So travel advisory, Hamburg, Orchard Park, Town and Village, Dunkirk, driving bans in town of Aurora, village of East Aurora, town of Brant, town of Evans. 219 is closed from the 90 to Peters Road. And we're really just keeping an eye on those other highways because they are moving along at a crawl.
They certainly are. And if you have the pictures you want to share, send them to weather@wkbw.com. You can send them to news@wkbw.com as well, because I'm on the set here and it's going to be tough to get those in. So you can send them to weather or to news@wkbw.com. Let us know what it's like in your neighborhood. Give us the town, and if you can, tell us how much snow you've received. We'd love to know that as well, and then we can share the pictures on this live stream that we're doing this morning. It's always great to hear from you because we can tell you on the radar snow rate's about 2 to 4 inches per hour, and then the 219 was closed. Is that accurate?
So Jackie, yes, the 219 is closed from the 90 to Peters Road. So yes, the 219 is closed. Don't plan on taking that as part of your drive in or out today.
Because we had a report from Autumn Lewandowski, who said her husband was on the 219 coming back from work.
And it was bad.
And he couldn't see a thing. Cars, a lot of cars on the side of the road. Same thing with tractor trailers.
Yeah.
People are actually walking along the 219 to get to an exit. So that is a scary situation right there.
Absolutely. That is not a place that you want to be. You want to be really careful. I want to just pop up some more of these here. Okay. So yeah, the 219 being closed to the driving bans. Peters Road. So it takes you basically from the 90 all the way to Springville in the Cattaraugus County line, where again, Jason was just telling us it's not really
not that bad in Springville.
Yet.
No, it's not. It will be later today. Right now, the heart of the band over Orchard Park in Hamburg. We have that winter storm severity index that we've shown. We showed it a lot yesterday, and I know Jordan had that queued up too. Kind of over Hamburg, the highest impact would be in that area. So an extreme impact for Hamburg, Eden, Evans, Orchard Park, Aurora, East Aurora, Farnham, those areas just getting pounded with the snow, stretching all the way over toward Alexander and Warsaw in Genesee County and Wyoming County, respectively. So those areas under the gun, and that's how it's going to stay for today.
Danielle, I'm going to answer your question about the Skyway in 1 second. You know you're doing this cutting by yourself again.
I do know that, and I'm all
just
set
shout out when you got to do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll leave it about 8:54.
I wanted to pull this up too, because this shows you the different snow responses in the different districts in Erie County. So there's the Aurora, Clarence, Concord, Hamburg, and Harlem district. Like, let's look at Hamburg, for example. And this was just posted a little while ago in the 8 o'clock hour. 8 trucks out across the district. Heavy snow continues, at least 18 inches of accumulation. Visibility limited to none. Roads are snow covered. Crews are working against brisk winds and heavy snow. Someone asked about the Harlem area. 7 trucks out cleaning and treating. Roads snow and slush covered. Open areas have some moderate to heavy blowing there. Right there, they've only got 1 to 2 inches. Tonawanda, Amherst, 2 to 3 around the airport, and then 6+ in West Seneca. So that's that Harlem district. Aurora, which we know there are some issues there. They've got that ban right now, driving ban. 8 trucks out, heavy snowfall, visibility and driving extremely poor. They're asking you to avoid travel there if possible. Clarence, really not too bad right now. Winds are causing drifting and low visibility, they say. But listen, they've got 7 plows out, light to moderate snow. And then Concord, they've got those 5 plows out. Snow has stopped there, they say, but it's that blowing and drifting. Yeah. That's bothering them there. And then Danielle was asking about the highway. So Danielle, or the Skyway, not the highway. So let me see, Danielle. I'm going to get back onto the NITEC cameras, and I'm going to try to find you.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you.
Hit it while I
We're going to be on the air till 9:30 now. Well, on the stream.
Okay.
Till 9:30 because we have 700, 800 of you joining us, and we certainly appreciate it. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on. I did texting our group, Aaron, who's in the back, to put up the 219. So that is the 219 right now. And obviously closed. So you're seeing some cars on the 219 with visibilities close to zero. And if they are on there, it's not looking like a good scene right there. I can't tell if those are cars that aren't moving.
Yeah, it's really hard to see, or if it's bushes out. That was a 219, right?
Yeah, so I asked her to put up the 219. Along the 219, Orchard Park, 18 plus inches of snow already. Hamburg, more than a foot. Same thing with East Aurora, Elma, and West Seneca, about 4.5 inches of snow. But at the airport, 2 inches of snowfall.
Okay, so
there's again the view of the 219.
You had the 219, right? So I just want to show this because somebody else asked about the Skyway. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Because let's talk about the difference between the two places. We are going to. Oh, come back. Where did it go? Here it is. Here's the Skyway. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness!
I know, isn't
Look
that
at
crazy
that.
when you take a look at the two different? So
Yeah.
the Skyway coming into the city, fine. Heading out of the city, I mean, the Skyway itself is okay.
And look at that,
But
how
look at
like
the
that
dark-
wall that you're going into. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do the cut in.
Okay, Jordan, let's bring up, if you can bring Aaron's forecast and cut in into here. I'm going to run and just grab some water. I promise I will be right back. But I finished what I had with me, so I'm just going to grab a little bit more water. I'm going to let Aaron start to talk. And then as soon as he goes into this cut in, I'm going to go ahead and just grab some water, and I promise I'll be right back. Rebecca, I'll answer your question when you come back. We'll run down the driving bans again. We'll be on with his forecast in 1 second. He's just getting ready.
Okay. So 90 to 400. Okay. All right. Here's a view of the 90 at the 400. Snow is really coming down right now in that area. Some plows are out trying to keep up with this snow, but the snow has moved into this region and the snow is really coming down. We do have some closures too. The 219 closed from Orchard Park to Springville, northbound and southbound. 219 is just a mess. So that is closed, and travel along the thruway, obviously very difficult as well. We have that intense lake effect Snowband stretching from Dunkirk to Lake Erie Beach to Hamburg, Marilla, all the way over toward Attica and into Batavia eastward. The northern edge of the band pushing into Lackawanna and South Buffalo, West Seneca, just across southern Cheektowaga and southern parts of Lancaster, seeing the snow right now. The heaviest snow, though, just the south of that area. Darien over toward Alexander, Alden, Bennington, picking up the heavy snow. Java, you're on the southern edge of the band. Same thing with Holland. And we have that snow along the Lake Erie shoreline from Dunkirk to Hanover over toward Gowanda. Snow will be in this area for another couple of hours, shifting southward around lunchtime and then back northward around dinner time, hanging out there through late this afternoon and early this evening. And then after midnight, the band does shift further southward, fading out on Friday down across ski country. 22 degrees right now in Buffalo. Winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour, whipping that snow around. Wind chills below 0 in Jamestown. It feels like 7 in Buffalo. Your forecast for today, strong winds and lake effect snow. Outside of the band, partly cloudy skies. In the band, easily another 6 to 14 inches of snow on top of the foot plus snow that you already have. Tonight, that band will start to shift south after midnight, 4 to 12 inches of additional accumulation in the band. Tomorrow, some sunshine here in Buffalo, lake effect snow fading out south of Buffalo. Sunny on Saturday, low 30s. Rain on Sunday with highs near 40.
All right, everybody. Sorry to leave for a second there. I was dying. Needed to get something to drink. All right, so if you're just joining us, I do want to run down some of the things, because I do see we have these more than 700 people with us right now, and I promised I would answer somebody's question who was wondering about the driving bans. Rebecca's, that's right. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with the travel advisories right now. Okay, so where they're advising you don't travel. That would be in Hamburg, the town of Hamburg, Orchard Park, the town and the village, Dunkirk, no non-essential travel. In Orchard Park, they said they had a lot of calls, snowy roads, limited to no visibility. Now let's look at the driving bans. Town of Aurora, including the village of East Aurora, no unnecessary driving there. Town of Brant, town of Evans, 219 closed from the 90 to Peters Road, which is from the 90 all the way down towards Springville. I just got a text from Sean that says it looks like they're going to be changing to a driving ban eventually. 9:30, so probably in the next half an hour or so.
So 9:30 triumph ban for
that would be Hamburg. Yeah. So let me just double check with him.
I have the 90 at, there's the 219, which has been closed from, that's 219 at Southwestern. A couple of cars trying to drive on it, but it's been closed from the 90 to Springville. So heads up in that area with the 219. Also on Storyteller, we have the 90 at the 400, where that band has moved back toward that area. You can hardly see a thing right now by the 90 at the 400 exits. So just, heads up in that merge area. Heavy snow coming down. Snow rate about 2 to 4 inches per hour. And you have these strong winds gusting, 40 miles per hour that are greatly reducing visibility. So here is one. This looks like, is this the 190, Jordan? Or Aaron? I'm sorry.
It's so hard to tell when you're looking at all these different traffic cameras. Sorry. So I'm sure they're going to pop in the location.
Yeah, well, they'll pop it up on the bottom of the screen, or they'll shoot us a text.
There it is. The 90 between the 190 and Route 400.
The 90 between the 190 and Route 400. Okay. So yeah, the lighter snow in that area. Just to the south of that, you have near whiteout conditions. So it's so crazy. Like you're seeing that if you go to the 90 at the 400, because that's the 190, like between by the 400 there,
yes.
A couple miles north, and maybe a mile north, and then you head toward the 90 400, but you could hardly see a thing.
Oh, we just got something in from the State Thruway Authority. Let's take a look at this. The New York State Thruway Authority travel alert on the 90. The westbound on-ramp to the 219 South at exit 55, Springville, so again, Orchard Park, Lackawanna, West Seneca, is now closed until further notice. Well, that makes sense. The 219 South at exit 55, that they're going to close that on-ramp. That makes sense. They've got the 219 closed. Let's see here. They're also saying Thruway Authority tweeted a picture from exit 57A, Eden and Gola, about how the Snowband was making for whiteout conditions and poor visibility. If you don't need to travel, they're asking you to stay off the roads in the south towns. And here we go from Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz. A driving ban will be going into effect at 9:30 for the town of Hamburg. That includes Blaisdell and the village. So they're upgrading themselves from a travel advisory, scratch
to the travel ban. So right now we have the bans in
town of Aurora,
Evans,
town of Brant, town of Evans, and now town of Hamburg, but that starts at 9:30.
Okay. So, Aurora and East Aurora. So just heads up this morning, any sort of travel that you have to do south of Buffalo, across central and southern Erie County, over toward Wyoming County, and even into Genesee County is going to be extremely, extremely difficult. This is the 90 at 52A, so the 90 at William Street. Looks like somebody stalled there, kind of on the, right there, the 90 at William. So it looks like there's a tractor trailer just kind of off to the side right there. So we're starting to see that a lot, where you have some cars and trucks that are off to the side of the road.
Too, like right where the exit is.
You get like nervous watching this right now with the so that's the 90 at William. It looks like that's probably going eastbound where that truck is.
So we're going to keep an eye on that. Let's come back to that in 1 second, Jordan. I'm just going to, you know what? If I'm going to share my screen, I was going to say it might even stay there because I just want to show. Somebody asked about Elma. So I just wanted to show what exactly we were seeing when it came to travel bans and advisories. So this is from Erie County, and take a look. So the red is a travel ban. The yellow is a travel advisory. This was as of 8 a.m. So they've put this map together. So travel advisory basically for southern Erie County. Okay, like central and southern Erie County, I guess I'd say. South Buffalo, again, appears to be kind of that cutoff line there. West Seneca, Alma, Marilla, Hamburg, Orchard Park, Aurora, Wales. Although Aurora told us that there's an unnecessary driving ban, so maybe they're not quite on the same page there. Eden, Boston, Colden, Holland, North Collins, Concord, Sardinia. Now we know there's those bans in Evans and Brant, and we also heard there was an unnecessary driving ban in Aurora and the village of East Aurora. Hamburg is switching theirs from yellow to red in 25 minutes.
Yes, so at 9:30, Hamburg goes from yellow to red. So basically, if you don't have to go out, don't south of Buffalo, especially from, say, like Route 20 southward. That's where most of the activity is, and that's where travel is extremely difficult, if not dangerous.
So Ace, hopefully that helped answer your question that Elma's under a travel advisory right now, not a ban. No driving ban, but a travel advisory. So be careful.
Yeah, it's not like the conditions are that great in Elma. They're really bad.
Yeah.
Ace. So you've already picked up more than a foot of snow. Combine that with the winds going about 40 to 50 miles per hour. This is a view right now from the 90 at exit 57 in Hamburg. We've been watching this one. You have to look closely. Sometimes you can see some vehicles going by. Most of the time they have their flashers on. Let's look right near the overpass. Oh, you're welcome, Ace. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Glad we were able to answer your question.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this, right? So we can have these conversations. You can ask a question. We can try to find you some answers. We do our best all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Katie's watching 15 different things. They're all coming in at once.
Same.
We're looking at that, kind of focus on the one tractor trailer right there that is moving.
Yeah, so Jordan said that tractor trailer that we remember, that one that we were looking at that was stuck right on the exit in between. She said that has since moved.
So good. That was at William Street, so that's good.
All right, so again, we're going to ask you, what are you seeing outside your doors? I'm going to start with Melissa here.
Melissa, thank you.
I live in South Buffalo near Lackawanna. Pretty nasty out by me right now. Excuse me. Caitlin's also wondering what it's going to look like. Ridge Road Slade area scheduled there by 5. So later today in the Ridge Road area, so West Seneca.
So, okay. The band comes back northward. It's probably going to be bad there.
It's going to be a bad evening commute for a lot of places.
Yes. So if you go to the radar, and we're going to be out with you until 9:30 this morning. We have a lot of people that want to know what's going on, and we'll keep that information coming. Again, that's a view right now of the 90 by exit 57. Looks like traffic is now at a standstill. Again, in that area. West Seneca, horrible right now. Yeah, we looked at the 90 at the 400. You can hardly see a thing. And traffic crawling along on the 90 there in Hamburg. That's 400 at Transit Road near Alma, which is also moving extremely slow. So we had Ace ask us about Alma. That's what you'll be encountering as you head out the door. Yeah. And it's not going to improve anytime soon. You take a look at the radar.
That's a travel advisory again. So you can see the cars are moving.
They're moving.
Driving.
It's moving slowly.
But you've got to be really careful.
Yes, you certainly do. You certainly do. So here's the radar right now, and we have the snow, a very intense lake effect snowband off of Lake Erie, Dunkirk to Lake Erie Beach to Hamburg, Marilla, Attica, all the way up toward Batavia and eastward towards Rochester. The snow is just coming down, starting to push a little bit further northward into South Buffalo, West Seneca, getting reports that it's horrible there. But Cheektowaga, now South Cheektowaga, starting to see some snow. Same thing with parts of Lancaster. Blaisdell, you can hardly see a thing. Same thing with Elma, over toward Alden, Alexander, getting close to a foot of snow. Same thing with Attica, Bennington, Collinsville, very heavy snow in that area. Java, you're just to the north of the snow band, but now it's starting to inch a little bit further southward. Holland, you're on the southern fringe of that band as well. And then we're tracking that band along the Lake Erie shoreline from Ripley, Westfield, Dunkirk, over toward Hanover. Visibility will be close to 0. So if you have to travel from Buffalo to Erie, be prepared to go extremely slow on the thruway.
Okay, very good. Let's see here. Rebecca says, where did that go? Click it. There we go. I'm in East Aurora, essential worker, had to turn around. Is there going to be a gap that it'll clear up a little bit to get downtown? So she's trying to get into downtown Buffalo from East Aurora.
Not really, no. No, the quick answer, I know you're an essential worker, but you're putting yourself at risk, I would say, by leaving Aurora or East Aurora and trying to come into downtown Buffalo. Okay,
Danielle's wondering if Williamsville is going to get snow tonight around 8.
Yeah, could see a little snow in Williamsville around 8. Nothing like they're going to see south of Buffalo, but the band pushes northward, toward Buffalo, from a line kind of Buffalo to the airport late this afternoon into this evening. So kind of Williamsville had a little snow overnight into early this morning, and we could see a little burst of snow there later today.
Okay, let's see here. Kathy's in Tonawanda. She said, listen, they just got a dusting. The roads are clear there. Stephanie says, Machias, no snow yet.
Yeah, you'll have yours more so tonight, Stephanie, in Machias. So that 16, Lime Lake, Machias, Franklinville, you'll get more overnights.
Donna's saying it's a blizzard here in Orchard Park, West Seneca border. And let's see, something else just happening here.
Where was it blizzard like?
She said Orchard Park, West Seneca border. And somebody else, Maureen is wondering, why are their vehicles still on the thruway? So there's not a travel ban on the thruway right now, except for the tandem tractor trailers and the empty tractor trailers. So there's not a travel ban. So here's the thing about the thruway. Like in some areas, it's perfectly clear. And then you hit this band of snow, not to be confused with the driving band, right? The band of snow. And that's where it's not clear. So, you know, it's always a tough call, I'm sure, for everybody in these situations. Like, do we close? Like, what do we do when it comes to that?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if you absolutely have to travel, you're going to be going slowly. If you don't, or if you can reschedule something, any travels from South Buffalo all the way to Erie, you may want to try to figure out, like, hey, I can do it on Friday or Saturday, because it's not going to get any better. Winds are going to be strong, and temperatures actually may drop even more. So if you get stuck and you want to get out to tend to your vehicle, you're talking your visibility near zero, wind chills also near zero.
Okay.
And this is a view right now.
This is
of
the 90, and 219. So the 219 is closed. Okay.
And they were closing the entrance to it.
Yeah,
correct?
from the 90 to Peters Road.
And that's in Springville.
And so that takes you all the way to Springville. The 90 is still open there. So that's what you're looking at. You're seeing those cars get through. Nina was wondering about travel around 2:30 from Lockport to Buffalo. So northbound.
Okay, you should be fine. You might hit a little snow in Buffalo, 2:30, or if your appointment goes a little late and you got to leave. But just a little. And as you head northward, things will keep getting better.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Caitlin saying her husband just called, said South Park, O'Kell Street, a whiteout, but not our house, just a few blocks away. Well, that's the story of this. It's kind of crazy depending on where this band is.
You can see that sharp cutoff right now. West Seneca getting blasted with snow up toward Cheektowaga just a little bit. Lancaster, now your snow intensity is picking up. Elma and Blaisdell, you're still in that heart of that band. Kind of the heaviest snow right over that view that we had of the 90 by the 219.
Okay, so again, we've got almost 800 people who are joining us right now. If there's anything that Aaron or I can answer for you. Oh, this just came across too.
Okay.
Wyoming County. Sheriff of Wyoming County has issued a travel advisory for all of Wyoming County. Blowing and drifting snow coupled with poor visibility has made travel difficult. Residents are urged to limit commuting to and from work, as well as any other bare necessities. So be careful in Wyoming County.
Yeah.
Oh,
getting some heavy snow. Bennington right now, Cowellsville, south northwestern Wyoming County, and then over toward Attica. You're talking another foot of snow right there. This band is pushing all the way over toward Rochester. So if you're in Amherst and you have partly sunny skies, you want to go to Rochester, you're going to hit some snow along the thruway, especially over toward Batavia. The snow band right now just moving back toward Java and Holland, and there's that heavier snow from Dunkirk to Hanover over toward Collins, Springville. You'll start to get a little snow, but that band is still to your north. And again, notice up near Batavia, right by Pembroke, eastward, the snow is really starting to intensify. There's kind of the northern edge of that band. Marilla, heavy snow right now, visibility probably close to zero. That is just wild how that band, if you're in Buffalo looking southward, you can certainly see that wall of cloud cover that is that lake effect snowband.
Jordan, that exit 55, if you could just pull that up, the 90 at Ridge Road, because I did just want to mention, so the 90 itself is not closed, but again, exit 55, so that's the Springville, Orchard Park, Lackawanna, West Seneca, 219 Ridge Road exit. That's what's closed. Okay, so you're not getting on the 219 and you're not getting onto that exit. So there you go. You can see, and like, take a look. You can see traffic in the distance. It's still going here, but just know that that exit itself is going to be closed.
Okay.
Dave asked to travel from Williamsville to Broadway, Cheektowaga at 6 tonight, wondering what the snow is looking like.
A little snow at that point. Yeah, at 6 o'clock. We'll have some snow coming down in Cheektowaga, especially in that area, the Broadway, Cheektowaga area. So, yeah, you'll be driving in some snow. It shouldn't be whiteouts like this, but watch out. The winds will be whipping that snow around, and the roads could become snow covered and slippery very, very quickly. The weather conditions changing rapidly. Just looking at some of these cameras right now.
Here we go. Jeff says Hamburg, South Park, Southwestern, Whiteout.
Thanks, Jeff, for that update. That totally makes sense. You know, I'm looking at, it's amazing. If you look at the 90 at exit 54, which is 400, see the snow coming down. You can see the roads are covered in snow. But if you look further north, you can actually see breaks in the cloud cover. So it's just amazing how this lake effect snow band is. But yeah, that 90 between Ridge Road and 179 moving very, very slowly right now. You can hardly see a thing there. And that Blaisdell.
Look, we've got a plow going by right now.
Yeah,
Let me take a look here.
Yeah.
So they're hitting the roads. They're doing their best.
Doing
We've got
their
them going
best.
together. Look, they're doing the left hand and the right hand lanes at the same time.
Yeah, they do that tandem. It seems to work out. And then you're behind them. You might be going a little slowly, but you're going slow no matter where you are.
Yeah, and a reminder too, okay, when they're doing this tandem thing, obviously you're not passing anybody, but plow drivers have told us, listen, don't pass them while they're doing that. Just let them do what they've got to do, because that just makes life safer and easier for everybody. Do you want to pull, Jordan? I can pull back up this travel advisory map if you'd like. I'm going to see if I still have that sitting right here. I do. Okay, so that's the travel advisory map that was tweeted by Erie County. Again, it's showing the travel advisories in yellow, the travel bans in red, although we do know some of those travel advisories are changing to bans in 15 minutes in Hamburg. So the travel bans right now in Brant and the town of Evans. And again, a little bit of a discrepancy here, because we heard that the town of Aurora and the village of East Aurora had a no unnecessary driving ban, according to the police, but they're not listed here. They're listed as an advisory. So this might just be a use caution.
Yeah, I think you're going to start to see some more red on that
I was going to say,
screen
just think clearly. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they're kind of in communication here.
as the day moves along.
And then Hamburg's getting added to that in 15 minutes too.
Okay, yeah, so that's a
How
9:30
long is this band going to sit like there?
there. It's going to move a little bit, but over the heart of the band,
Yeah.
the places like
Hamburg,
Hamburg,
OP.
Orchard Park, that's going to be there today through tonight. After midnight, it starts to shift further southward.
So really, this travel ban potentially could stay in effect for like a big chunk of today.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
That's why somebody asked if they could get from East Aurora to Buffalo. There's not really a break in this. This is an intense band of lake effect snow. And look at that band. It's a very healthy band out over Lake Erie that brings some heavy snow, Dunkirk to Hamburg, stretching all the way over toward Batavia. So it's going to be very, very difficult. Jeff's saying, Hamburg, South Park, Southwestern, your whiteout conditions. So you have whiteouts, snow coming down 2 to 4 inches per hour in that band. You combine that with winds gusting 40 to almost 50 miles per hour. Visibility is close to zero. So, Attica to Marilla to Hamburg, and now Holland, you're right on the southern edge of that band. Same thing with Java. Warsaw, you've got some heavier snow. We heard from Wyoming County saying that travel is extremely difficult.
Yes, somebody just asked here. It was Missy. What was the ban in Wyoming County again? Okay, excuse me. So it's not a ban. Sheriff of Wyoming County issuing a travel advisory for all of Wyoming County because of blowing, drifting snow, poor visibility made travel difficult. Residents are urged to limit travel to commuting to and from work, as well as the other bare necessities. So it's a travel advisory in Wyoming County right now.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up. This is 57 and looking at the NITEC cameras. So things are at a complete standstill. Now it's not the camera. I was like, oh, is it frozen?
Mm-hmm.
No, because you can see the flashing light.
On the 90, right.
With that one truck there to the right. So the overpass and the 90, just about, you're not moving too much right now as it's at a standstill as things are crawling along in that area. There could be an incident. There's not showing up on the NITEC advisory board, but obviously travel through there, extremely difficult, treacherous, if not impossible, with winds gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour.
So Jordan, keep that camera right there. I can take a look at the other cameras. Oh boy, we've got somebody out walking around now.
Okay, so we did say, is this, I was like, is the camera maybe frozen?
Yeah.
But obviously not, because now we've got somebody out. It looks like guy got out of his truck to look out over the 90 to see what's going on.
Kind of taking a look, yeah.
And
back over to
you
the
know,
side
wind
of the road,
chills are close to zero outside right now, with temperatures in the low 20s and winds gusting 40 miles per hour. So you don't want to be outside for too much time, and you could easily get disoriented in these whiteout conditions.
All right, so Jordan, keep that camera up.
Keep that up. We're going to watch that for you.
I do want to just remind people, this is a little something that's a good reminder too about Feed More, in case you have people who are Meals on Wheels people, or you are a Meals on Wheels person. They are closing their home delivery services today because of weather. So just important to know, they do have some resources if you need immediate assistance, and you can check that out online right now.
So yeah, if you're just joining us, that's a view of the 90 at exit 57. That's Hamburg. Both the overpass and the thruway at a standstill.
Yeah.
We did see someone just hop out of the truck to kind of check out what's going on. And
I'm going to take a look at those other cameras in the area.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. And it's amazing to see how clear it is, the 90 by Walden and the 33. And then you scroll a little bit further south, start to see the snow by the exit 53, the 190 interchange. And then you see the snow ramp up near Route 400, although things have improved a little bit there in West Seneca. And then further south you go past the 219, which is closed. You see visibility is greatly decreased. And then in Blaisdell, you can't see a thing. Eden, Angola, just about whiteout.
Yeah,
same thing with Silver Creek.
Is really bad. So those are the exits right around. So Dunkirk, it's Eden, Angola, then Dunkirk, then Blaisdell, right? So we're kind of seeing this is right in the middle of all of this. So like Aaron was saying, it's kind of a whiteout in some of these areas.
Yeah, boy, what a tough thing. And you know, we don't know what's going on. This is going westbound, so you don't know what the holdup is on the overpass right there or on that thruway. So we're just watching as you are, and it's a live view right there of what's going on in Hamburg with whiteout conditions, more than a foot of snow, and more on the way, another 1 to 2 feet of snow before all is said and done on top of what you already have. So a place like Hamburg will have 3 feet of snow by the end of this storm.
We've been waiting to hear back from Bill Geary too, who is with Erie County DPW, and he was like, hey, listen, he knows he was going to be on with us. Like, I'm sorry, I got stuck in a situation. There were vehicles stuck. It's been a mess in some places. I said, yep, we understand, but if you can hop on, we're going to be live for the next 10 minutes or so. We're going to leave you at 9:30. So just wanted to let you know that. And again, we talked to Sean a little bit earlier. We now know that travel ban is going into place at 9:30 in Hamburg. Linda sent us a video of Brant. Linda, we appreciate that. Dree is saying, I can't believe they waited so long to implement the driving ban in Hamburg. Julie says, where she is in Buffalo, they're just getting slight flakes. She's going to send another picture to my page. Appreciate that. Shonda says they're going to need some snowmobiles to get around down there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jackie says stay on all day.
Yeah. I think we're both losing our voices, and I know I've got to get a food break.
We're doing the best we can. Let's see here. Jackie also saying maybe the 90 in that section will close. Those cars and trucks really haven't moved. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. It's hard because where the cameras are placed, we can't exactly see what is causing that particular
I'm
standstill.
Trying to find it.
That's okay.
But you can't see anything. 57A, it's just about a whiteout. And then Blaisdell exit 56, as you head toward 57, you can see things are really starting to back up as it's quite the crawl right there. And we haven't really seen anything move. There's the truck driver. He's kind of clearing his windows.
Oh, yeah, he's up on
so you can see him
side of his truck there.
So again, if you're thinking, oh, maybe the camera's frozen, that was my initial thought. And now, but we do see that gentleman out cleaning off his windows, and it is just a complete standstill. It's been like this for what, about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes?
Probably.
And now we're watching exit 56 as folks are heading that direction, and that's starting to back up as well.
Okay, let's see here. We've got some more information that's coming in here. Per Erie County DPW, Boston State Road in the town of Boston is closed between Tom Drive and May Drive. This is because of a water main break. So they're asking you to avoid that area if you're driving right now. That's Boston State Road in the town of Boston. If you know the area, they're saying Patchen just north of Crosby's gas station.
Okay.
Closed between Tom and May because of a water main break.
Oof,
So
that's the last thing you need.
I know that's another thing that you're just dealing with as you, are getting out and about today. Okay, let's once again run down all of these travel advisories and travel bans for you, Caitlin. I'm not sure. Chances are we might, should this snow ban stay where it is and continue to create issues. We will absolutely keep you updated, and we'll be sending push alerts too, I'm sure. As
we'll send the push alerts. Give it at 9:30. We're going to update the web and kind of get everything situated again, and then I'll be live again at noon to go over everything.
Perfect. And this snow ban, like Aaron was saying, might be kind of sitting about where it is.
Yeah. So send us your pictures to weather or news at wkbw.com, and we will definitely share them.
Okay, so driving bans: town of Aurora, village of East Aurora, town of Hamburg, town of Brant, town of Evans. Hamburg goes into effect in 5 minutes, so let's just call it a driving ban there. Travel advisories: Orchard Park, Town and Village. Dunkirk also has a travel advisory right now. We know the 219 is closed from the 90 to Peters Road. We know Meals on Wheels is not delivering today. We also know that the westbound on-ramp to the 219 at exit 55 off the 90, that is closed right now until further notice. And we also know Boston State Road in the town of Boston is closed between Tom and May Drive, and that's because of a water main break.
And then we're scanning the cameras right now. This is the 90 at exit 57. So exit 56, a lot of snow. 57, it's how it is right there. You can hardly see a thing. 57A, which is Eden Angola, also whiteout conditions. So it is just a mess in that area. Traffic at a standstill. We know the camera is not frozen because we do see some flashing lights every once in a while. And the gentleman in the tractor trailer there does get out to clear his windshield every once in a while. So it's just stuck right there at exit 57. And as you're going on 56 toward 57 westbound, starting to see a little bit of a backup. The snowfall rates 2 to 4 inches per hour in the heart of the band, which is over Hamburg right now. Already picked up more than a foot of snow. Another 1 to 2 feet of snow expected today. Connie, we are. Thanks, Connie. We appreciate that. We're doing the best we can, trying to keep you updated as information is literally coming in live as we are with you. So
I want to share one more thing too.
Sure.
Take a look at this camera, because we say, all right, the 219 is closed. A lot of people, maybe if you're not seeing it outside your door, might be wondering why. So let me just pull up why the 219 is closed.
Okay, and it looked like that tractor trailer was moving just a bit.
That's the 219 at Mile Strip.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a full-on white out there. And if you're kind of looking in some of the cameras on the 219, you see a little bit, but I can tell you what you really see is really heavy. Now look, it looks like there's a car there right now, which shouldn't be happening.
Goes one, yeah.
So anyways, though, the 219 is supposed to be closed right now. And, if you're seeing this, make sure that you're following these rules. I think that's really the most important thing. You've got to pay attention to what is and is not closed, because you don't want to get stuck. I was looking at the cameras kind of around this Mile Strip one, and there were just mounds of snow on the actual road because of that blowing and drifting snow. And you don't want to be coming down, not seeing, and then running right into one of them.
No, you don't. So here we are back to exit 57. It looks like there was a movement about 20 feet or so. The truck was under the overpass, and now, it was under the overpass, and now it is out in the open. So we watched that one tractor trailer in the 90 move a few feet. Otherwise, it's a complete standstill right there, kind of like a parking lot, and that is just a bad situation. So if you do have to go out, you absolutely need to drive. Make sure you have an emergency kit, because we're seeing, very, very slow movement right now. Looks like whatever the holdup was, they have cleared it. But that stretch from exit 56, 57, 57A to 58, you can hardly see a thing.
Yeah.
We'll wrap up. I'm going to show you the radar real quickly.
I do also just want to let our producer Jordan know, Bill Geary is trying really hard to join us, for the very last few minutes here that we're live.
We have about a minute.
So I know, but let me just see.
Okay, there he is.
There he is. All right, Bill.
Bill.
Hi, good morning. We
How's it
appreciate
going?
you being able to be here with us. Basically, run it down. What do we need to know right now? Because I know you've been trying to get with us for the past hour or so.
Right. Yeah. It's not a good situation with weather and visibility in the Hamburg, Evans, Angola area. For sure, we even have a train that was blocking Eden Evans Center Road. They hopefully are getting that out of the way, but visibility is zero, heavy snowfall. The winds are probably ripping up around 45 miles an hour, and it's bad. So there's a few stuck cars on some of the major roads. It's tough getting some plow trucks down through there. We had a plow on its side earlier this morning, so we got that back up and going. It's exactly where National Weather Service had the cone with the major impact. It was supposed to be like in the purple for intensities, and we're definitely seeing that.
Okay, Bill, there are a lot of people wondering too about these travel advisories and travel bans that are being put in place. Talk us through putting those into place, because there's some people questioning, should they have been in place a little bit earlier? How do we prevent this? How do you guys make that decision?
Right. Yeah. No. So the snowfall really started, last night around 10 o'clock last night, and it was a heavy snow. It was very manageable, but 5:30 a.m. probably in that hour, in that area where we knew it was going to be heavy, with school closures happening. It was great. Not a lot of people on there. Then obviously, the restricted highway usage on the highways. We assess that. We're in communication with the town supervisor, our highway superintendents. It's a collaborative effort, and everybody was out there. I think some of this happens in these lake effect bands. We expected 1 to 2 inches an hour. I can tell you, I was just down there. I even had a hard time. I had to get assistance to get off the road in a couple places, because the visibility wasn't so much due to the wind, but it was probably 3+ inches an hour, and it was happening for a temporary period of like an hour or two. So to be proactive, the driving bans were put in place just because it may not be, the people in that area. It's people traversing that area, trying to avoid maybe the interstates, or, just trying to get through, going to work or something in that nature. So, the driving bans, we try to be as advanced warning as possible, but sometimes conditions, we've been saying this, these bands are about 10 miles, they're narrow bands, and it goes from a very false sense of security with almost blue skies up near the city to instantly zero visibility.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, Bill, I'm looking right now at the areas where the travel bans are. We've been telling people Hamburg, Evans, and Brant. There was some questioning about Aurora and the village of East Aurora. To the best of your knowledge, are they under a travel advisory or a ban there?
I haven't heard anything directly out of that. I know I just talked with my crews over there. All our trucks, the town of Aurora is out plowing. Everybody's been out. It's again, it's probably more with the 45 mile an hour gusts that we're seeing, are sustained winds in some of these cases, and especially on the hills makes for bad conditions.
Do you anticipate more travel bans going into place throughout the day?
Actually, I think the winds might help us out here and shear some of these lake effect bands, and maybe by mid-afternoon break up. So hopefully conditions improve. We definitely need some improved conditions so that we can get these roads, clear and opened up again back down to pavement.
Okay, very good. Bill, any last minute words for the people who are headed out today, or maybe shouldn't be headed out today?
Yeah, well, if you're heading out, obviously just be prepared for ever-changing conditions. Make sure you have some stuff in your truck or vehicle in case you do get stuck, a little kit, and avoid any of those areas. Just stay away from the heavily impacted. I mean, the weather maps, they're spot on today with where the impacts are going to be. So, make your plans according to that.
You know what, Bill, I did just want to ask you one more thing. You said you got stuck in a situation and vehicles were stuck. Were these plows, or were they different cars? What have you been dealing with?
Yeah, so like I said earlier this morning, we had one of our plow trucks that got into a off the shoulder, went into the ditch. So I was down there helping them, and with the intensity of the snow, my truck was stuck for a little bit. So, and then as we were driving up the highway, there was a lot of just people miss driveways trying to get into parking lots and driveways and things like that. So there's a couple of tractor trailers that just stopped in the middle of the road. It's hopefully those conditions are improving. There's the picture right there of our truck this morning. That was about 6:15 this morning. So and those were good conditions, actually better. When I left there, it deteriorated rapidly with the intensity of the snowfall, but it seems to be improving down that way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, we're glad to hear that your driver was okay after that happened.
Yes.
All right,
first and
Bill.
Foremost, it's most important. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We thank you for joining us again. I know you've been trying to get on throughout the morning. It's been a busy and chaotic morning. Appreciate it. We'll check back in with you throughout the day if there's anything we need to pass along. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, very
stay
good.
safe.
You too. All right.
Okay. Well,
So, Dawn, let me pull this up. Thank you for the show. I love knowing what's going on.
oh, Don,
Dawn,
thanks for watching.
We appreciate you watching. I want to say, too, we appreciate everybody who was letting us know all the conditions that they were seeing. You guys are our eyes and our ears out there because we're in here trying to pass along the information.
Yep.
So when you're seeing things and you're letting us know what you're seeing, we're able to take a look. Here we go. Once again, we've been keeping an eye in this area.
Yeah, before we go, there's exit 57. You can see somebody outside of their truck, 2 people outside of their trucks. And now I'm looking at exit, the Blaisdell exit 2. As you make your way toward exit 57, now it's a standstill. So something, we don't know what's going on, but there's certainly some issue.
Both these drivers are outside of their trucks
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So we could be seeing some people who are slowly getting stuck. And like Bill mentioned, even plows were getting stuck this morning. So
Yeah.
please take care, everybody.
Oh, they're moving a little
Okay,
bit.
there they go. So, we're going to keep watching this for you. Keep in mind those travel bans and those travel advisories. You just heard from Bill, and he was running them down for us. We've got that travel ban in Hamburg, Evans, and Brant, and that's where that Snowband is really heavy. But travel advisories exist all across Erie County to the south, and also Wyoming County had a travel advisory in place too.
All right, stay safe. We'll keep you updated. I'm going to go update the web, wkbw.com. You can follow stuff there, and then we'll have a probably extended coverage at noon, I would imagine.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe.